Hello, dear friends. For many people, being cruel or telling the truth is indistinguishable, said Mike Thompson. Opinion piece. Rates. Gold is at home. Illicit trafficking. Born in darkness. Dark web takedown. The eye of the storm. Civilization's collapse. Changing world order. Underground fighting. The game has changed. Operation Freedom Shield. Calm before the solar storm. It all began on May 2nd, 2025. Restoration of the US Republic. Global transformation movement. Trump announces something very important. Let's start. A raid is a search or operation that consists of rounding up a group of criminals at once. It consists of an action that involves entering a facility with the intention of capturing personnel or evidence, or a sudden attack behind enemy lines. A police raid is an unexpected visit by officers whose objective is to take advantage of the element of surprise to seize evidence or arrest suspects. The fight has gone underground. JFK Jr. has revealed on Telegram that more than 20,000 elite soldiers are carrying out raids around the world to take down a network so extensive that its exposure threatens to destroy the existing world order. Starting on May 2nd, 2025, this operation has launched a full-scale assault against a clandestine human trafficking syndicate. This is not a covert operation, it is a takedown. History will not forget May 2nd, 2025. The storm is no longer approaching. It has already begun. Nothing can stop what is coming. Operation Liberty Shield was a plan launched on March 17, 2003, with the intensification of security measures following the 9/11 attacks, seeking to minimize the impact on the economy and lifestyles. This is not over. Media raids in New York and Atlanta uncovered Operation Dark, an artificial intelligence-controlled disinformation system that has bribed people to hide these truths. Its axe was to discredit President Trump, silence whistleblowers, and erase evidence. The tapes were a pressure tool. The plan involved digital slavery through biometric control and central bank digital currency. The coalition is destroying everything. Thousands have been rescued. Trials are looming. Meanwhile, a May 1st infiltration of a massive Antarctic base, Project Thanatos, revealed cloning tanks, stasis chambers, and behavioral imprinting laboratories. The name comes from Greek mythology, where Thanatos is the personification of non-violent death. Raids. JFK Jr. has revealed that President Trump has deployed Operation Freedom Shield around the world. Navy SEALs are launching global raids, rescuing thousands of children, and expanding the number of quotes as the human trafficking network collapses. The media silence isn't ignorance, it's complicity. On April 28th, a Navy SEAL unit raided an underground facility in Nevada disguised as a former mine, where more than 1,200 caged miners were rescued. Courts have already been opened in Nevada, Texas, Alaska, and Guantanamo Bay, and are expanding rapidly. A high-speed underground rail network, once part of the Cold War, has been discovered and is still operating, trafficking between Washington, Rome, Tel Aviv, and Antarctica. This infrastructure, was protected with electromagnetic field blocking systems and artificial intelligence surveillance, allowing operators to operate undetected. The Space Force has decrypted more than 5 petabytes of blockchain transactions used to fund these sinister operations. On April 30th, Vatican City was raided. Beneath the catacombs, an elite command center was exposed, confirming rumors of ritual sacrifices linked to European royalty, Hollywood executives and political leaders. The vaults contained blood-stained robes, ceremonial daggers, and lunar ritual programs. Evidence includes pre-recorded videos of ritual abuse used to blackmail world leaders. Restoration. JFK Jr.'s second telegram post speaks of the restoration of the original American Republic and the bankruptcy of the old corporation thanks to President Trump's possession of the gold needed to carry out this reform. Young Halper Hayes just revealed that the US has been ruled by a foreign-controlled corporation since 1871. Its owners were the Fed, the Vatican, and the British Crown until now. In a history confrontation, President Trump told the Crown that this corporation is over. That wasn't symbolic. It was a declaration of war. He attacked the global elite and backed it up with facts. 650 planes filled with stolen gold returned from the Vatican vaults. That gold was sequestered by foreign interests for over a century and has now returned to restore sovereignty to the people. President Trump has cut the Vatican's leash, eliminated the Crown's control, and is dismantling the American corporation. Young Halper Hayes confirms that the entire game has changed. Trump's moves weren't random. They were strategic and surgical. Every executive order, every subpoena, every delay was a trap. And now the trap has slammed shut. We were warned that gold would destroy the Fed, and gold has returned. So the Fed is cornered. This means the fiat system is taking its last gasp. Globalists are in free fall, and gold-backed dollar is on the horizon. The courts tried to block this process, but now there is a standing and the evidence will be heard. Nothing can stop what's coming. The Space Force is part of the data lockdown. Every cyber movement and every attempt at interference is logged, tracked, and stored. This isn't politics. This is recovery. The Republic is rising. The gold is at home. And the people are waking up. The storm isn't coming. The storm is here. Where we go one, we go all. Important announcement. President Trump said a very important announcement is coming. He claims that in the next few days we will receive a major announcement that will be a truly momentous and very positive event. It will be one of the most important announcements made in many years on a certain topic, an important topic, and he clarifies that it's not about trade. I have no idea what it is, but it's generating pretty high expectations. Darknet takedown. Emmanuel and Pastora has published a message from Ashtar. They are very active in the special missions in collaboration with the White Hats. They have extensive intelligence support in all agencies, all governments and all key institutions, including the Vatican and many agents working in intelligence work. They have dismantled several sites in Europe and destroyed several bunkers and special locations where soulless beings carried out and unimaginable diabolical practices. The dark forces have diminished considerably. They are piercing great leaders who still govern, eliminating dark practices. Everything is very advanced and time is running out. No more suffering. High intelligence operations have also been carried out in Mexico with the help of the White Hats. They have dismantled several child trafficking tunnels and seized a large quantity of drugs from the ringleaders and the distribution network, under the orders of the White Hats. We won't see this news on television because everyone is hiding and supporting each other with the sole purpose of harming humankind. A lady in Arda said that the control chips they intend to install in people to interfere with their neural field and keep them connected and controlled will not be allowed. Those implanted will lose their souls to be grafted and put at the service of great artificial intelligences. Everything they do to humanity to try to turn us into organic portals connected to artificial intelligences will soon be revealed. Cloning has already ended because all the cloning laboratories has been dismantled. Clones that die are no longer replaceable, and there is no renewable. Major public figures have been cloned, and each one had about 5 copies, but all that is gone. Breaking news. Just before the great blackout in Spain, the Davos Forum met. Strange, right? Florida lawmakers to arrest Bill Gates for chemtrail crime. Cell phone radiation causes cancer in animals according to the WHO. Leading scientists question the global warming claim and believe the zero emissions policy is unjustified. General Flynn commented that Epstein did border trafficking and the more than 300,000 missing immigrants are linked. Born in darkness. Where do evil souls come from? Why are some people born without empathy, remorse, or light? Not all beings with human skin are human in spirit. Marco Rubio exposes Biden's surveillance of dissent, violations of free speech. Los Angeles port director warns of supply collapse due to falling imports. BitChute Zio warns UK is heading toward Chinese-style internet censorship. Reflections. According to Poet Dog, time is a limit. Nothing can limit reality. Reality is God. You were chosen for something great, and to be here at this moment, according to Ricardo Bossi. Why do we have to live on the planet we were born on? You didn't sign a contract when you breathed. You didn't agree to rent space on Earth. There was a time when every civilization had its own form of money. So Phoenician traders whispered to kings and priests that great wars and conquests would be possible if gold were a universal currency, according to Mike. The eye of the storm. How to thrive amidst life's storms? When life feels unsettling, it's natural to feel overwhelmed or stuck. But what if that very uncertainty you fear could unleash your full potential? We must retain what makes us divinely human, according to Saratoga Ocean. We want to strengthen artificial intelligence without first augmenting our own consciousness. And that's the problem in a nutshell. We focus more on evolving these machines than on evolving ourselves. Dave 68 Collapse of Civilization. Our greatest scientific minds project that there is no positive future for our civilization if we continue on our current course. Every aspect of our society is crumbling around us, yet political leaders continue to insist that everything will somehow wake out. Today's world is a poppy field filled with scheming dreamers in a battle of appetites looking for a place to feed, according to Poet Dog. They came here to be entertained. This is part of your entertainment. Everything from a distance is considered entertainment, or something to talk about. Everything in the visible world manifests from the invisible world through thought. This is why the dark side has been so aggressive in the recent decades in molding the minds of children so they can control them as adults. Much time, money and effort have been invested in this, but now all their efforts are crumbling. Explanation of the human condition. The World Transformation Movement is a non-profit charity that promotes Australian biologist Jeremy Griffiths' groundbreaking resolution of the underlying problem in all human affairs, ending conflict and suffering at its source, and providing the roadmap needed for the complete transformation of our lives and the world. Calm before the solar storm. Large sunspots typically produce large solar flares. This week, we witnessed an exception to the rule. The gigantic sunspot 4079 has been strangely quiet, producing only a few C-class solar flares. If the silence continues for a few more days, the sunspot will move away from the western edge of the sun without causing any significant space weather events. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.